Welcome to Rock Off Productions. My name is Justin, and I'm so glad to be a teacher. Well done for choosing the guitar as your preferred instrument. From my experience, it opens a lot of doors and is pretty cool as a networking skill. You never know when someone needs a guitar player to substitute at the last moment. I certainly have been in those situations before. Without further ado, let's go on the first pillar of the course. And so the first pillar of the beginner's course is called Fretboard Knowledge. Let's go into the tuning of the guitar. So pick the low E string for me. Now the A string. Now the D string. The G string. The B string. And finally the E string. This is what is commonly known as standard E tuning on guitar, as the most common tuning for guitarists to play it. Fantastic! So let's observe the fretboard now. As mentioned earlier, the fretboard is the plank of wood underpinning the neck of the guitar that contains metal bars like these, called frets. By pushing a finger down onto a fret and picking it with the right hand, you are effectively sounding a note higher than if you were not pushing your finger down. Now fretting a note. This is also known as fretting. Frets are measured from the nut of the guitar. For instance, 1 fret away from the neck would be fret 1. Hence, if I say put your finger on the first fret of the low E string, you would sound this note. Three frets away from the nut of the neck would then be called fret 3. So place your finger on the 3rd fret, your 1, 2, 3, of the low E string and pick the note. There you have it. Now the reason why we are starting on the fretboard is to reinforce that we can make a variety of sounds and play a variety of notes on the guitar without too much effort. So let's go to fret 5 of the low E string and sound the note. Now let's play the string on top of the E string. Let's try that again. Fret 5 of the E string. Let's play the open A string, the string that's above it. What did you notice about the two things? You're right. It turns out that the fretted note of the E string produces the same sound and pitch as the open A string. They are the same note. Now let's do the same for the other strings. So place your finger on fret 5 of the A string. Let's play the open D string above. This is also the same note. What happens when we do this on the G string? Then the G string above. So sorry, let's put fret 5 on the D string, and then the open G string above. Sound. Yeah, those are the same note. Now let's be ambitious here. Let's try and put fret 5 on the G string. And let's play the string above, which is the B string. Try again. They're different. It's kind of like a bound note. What can we do to try and make these two notes sound the same? Well, we've identified that if you put fret 5 on the G string, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it actually sounds higher than the B string above. So what we can do is that we can put fret 5, let's put it to fret 4 instead. And let's put the B string up there. Yeah, they sound the same now. Good stuff. Now let's try our previous formula of the top two strings. Let's play the fret 5 of the B string and an open E string together. They're the same note. Fantastic, Justin. But how is this relevant? Apart from using a guitar tuner, which I highly recommend if you don't have one, you can also quickly tune your guitar by ear. To quickly go over tuning, place your left hand on the tuner on the headstock of the guitar. Let's go for the one closest to the nut that you can see, the low E string. Play the open E string and turn it anti-clockwise at the same time. So that's this way. That's right. If you turn it anti-clockwise, it actually changes pitch. It changes pitch so it goes higher. What happens if you want to make it lower? Let's turn the tuner clockwise. So we go that way. Fantastic. And so, you have just tuned the open E string like this. And so, from an audible perspective, the open E string goes down from a higher note to an original note, to where it is originally. So while tuning the guitar using the frets method, if you happen to find that one of the two notes don't sound completely right together, adjust using the headstock of the string. So let's go again with the frets method. Fret 5, and then open string. This one actually needs to go down a little bit. Alright. Fret 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the A string, and then the D string above. No, not that one. Now fret 5, and then G string above. Then fret 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the G string, and then the open B string above, and then fret 5 of the B string, then the E string above. This is also a way for you to visualize the fretboard and help you shift chords up and along the fretboard should you feel uncomfortable with a chord position. Later, when we learn tab, I'll come back to show you how to shift chords on the fretboard. But just to give you an idea, for example, this is fret 5, and that's fret 0, but technically that's an open string. If you go fret 2 on an A string, for example, you can, what's 2 plus 5? 2 plus 5 is actually 7. Yeah, so 2. Let's go to the 7th fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we go to fret 7. But let's go to the string below. So this is the same note. Fret 2 of the A string and fret 7 of the E string. There you go. That's basically all that is to it. Once you learn the distances between the strings and how you can actually replicate the same notes on each string, all you have to do is add 5, or in this case with this, you add 4. So fret 1 of C, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, would be fret 5 on G. So that's fret 1 on B string, would also sound like fret 5 of the G string. But we'll get to that later. And that's the end. That's the end of lesson 1. You're one step closer to playing the music that you want to play. And I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.